Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is D-Free, and here today we're talking about the new tournament power game mode that was added to Dragon Ball Legends after a very long maintenance. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hit that subscribe if you're new to the channel for more content, as well as that notification button so you don't miss anything we upload here on the channel going forward. And today's video like was going to be 1500, and let me know down below what you guys think about the new tournament power mode and what your first impressions are. Is it something that you can see yourself playing going forward? Is it going to be something you kind of just ignore? Whatever the case is, right? It doesn't really take very long to play or participate in, I guess, because it's kind of like an AFK type of deal. Not really, but it's pretty much largely auto-based, so you don't really have to do much. Once you get a down-pat team, I assume that you're probably not going to really have to do much there. We'll talk about that in a minute. So overall, though, last thing I want to kind of mention before we jump into the video, really, is people were expecting the new Goku alongside the new Goku and Hit, I guess, as well, but mainly the Ultra Goku. That's what mainly people are hype about to drop today. He is dropping later. He's not dropping right now, but he's dropping later during the next login bonus, so keep that in mind. Last note on him is people were also confused about him potentially like being an awakening of the blue Spirit Bomb Goku you get from the event, even though they say you're going to use that Goku that you have had for a while, the blue Spirit Bomb Goku from the Rare Metal Shop, excuse me, in the event to unlock this Goku, and he's not an awakening of that Goku. Check out the video down below. That one I'll go over everything you need to know. But again, people are confused about that. I want to throw that out there. Okay, so we're going to go over to the exchange shop that I was just talking about as well, by the way, because we need to come to the Rare Metal Shop for something different. Again, this Goku right there, that guy. Anyways, Tournament Power Shop has its own specific equipments. This is where you're going to get these equipments, okay? They are very basic. Some of them have, they pretty much all have conditions, actually. So they're going to be type specific or, you know, typical equipment stuff, right? Range type, you get the point. So that's where you're getting the equips for these characters. Now, building your team is the most important thing of Tournament Power. I can already see that. I can already tell you that. Because you don't really, again, like I said, you don't really play this mode. So we're going to come back to this screen and talk about this screen in a moment. We're going over to the team area. And this is your team area, so you get to choose 6 mains and 2 subs, or 2 backups. And how this works is, otherwise, with your main team, as far as I can tell, there's not really a placement that you really need. Like in many like strategic games or what's the word, tactical games, which I'm not really gonna give that, you know, verbiage to this game yet, obviously. But you get the point. In many games where you place these characters matters from the party screen. It matters on the battle screen in this game. We'll get to that in a minute. But I'm saying like maybe in Jiren's spot, that's the main aggro spot or things like that. While Shallot's all the way in the back, maybe he's the last one to get hit. From what I can tell, that this placement here just generally doesn't matter. You just need to move your characters on a per battle basis because there's different bonuses that are applied. Speaking of bonuses that are applied, your typical Z abilities are applied here as well, so do keep that in mind. If you want to equip your equips, you have to click the character, come here, and it will let you do so. I don't have any equips, I guess, so it's not showing me that screen, but I mean, I have some. Oh, you know what it is? I can't see that screen now because I can't change my party right now. You can only, once you build a team, you can only change it when you get to one of the tile spaces that lets you change it, for the record. So there's that. Keep that in mind. You can choose your strategy here for your characters. You can see character info there. We'll get back to that in a minute. You have your HP there and stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty much the general layout for your team. When it comes down to it too, you also do get Zenkai abilities. Zenkai abilities are also relevant to this mode. So yes, things like Zenkai boosting and stuff you can regularly do in PvP is active here as well. So each character will eventually have their own tournament of power stats, right? We take a look at what the characters can do. It's a very simple version. There's no green card here, you know, it's pretty simple. They don't have any special effects on their blues or ults yet, as far as I can tell. Like, not a single character does. I mean, there's hundreds of characters. I haven't looked at every single one, but everyone I've looked at hasn't had any effects listed here. So there's that. And then basically, like I said, very quick rundown here. It might be a bit, you know, confusing to read the applications here at the top. It says on hit, target is tag Fusion Warrior self. So on hit versus the Fusion Warrior character, he himself gets this buff of plus 25% to damage. And then right here, start of the battle for himself, he gets 50% damage, minus 25 to damage received, and then 80% to key recovery. Another unique ability here, so on and so forth, right? Things like his ability to special cover is still in here, implemented in some way, right? It's the very first top part here. Before receiving a strike or blast for himself, activates evade action. Oh, no, that's not the special cover, but he gets to evade 1 time. That's his auto dodge thing that he always had. So some of that stuff is still in here. Like Jiren does have his special cover. I'm not going to really go into UI too much. He might still have it, but I'm pretty sure Jiren has it. Yeah, perform a cover change, nullifies attack once right there. So there's that. So there's a litany of abilities here, ranging from your typical stuff like damage buffs, damage cuts, debuffs, etc. There's even going to be, from what I can tell, a really cool mechanic that I saw that's added here is actually the ability to taunt. So if you play a lot of, again, tactical games, things like that, taunting is very, very important. So Topo has the ability at the start of the turn, he activates one time, applies buff effect, enemies focus on this character for one turn. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of abilities like this, or little nuggets of abilities that weren't in the game previously because they had no reason to be. But a taunting ability, I assume, is going to be really good for the game overall in terms of team compositions, right? So I need to understand the game better before I talk about it, but we'll see. Also, do note that not every character has abilities. Even though Krillin was a bonus character, which they explained to you in the beginning, boost characters, he doesn't have any abilities currently. Again, Zenkai abilities, Z abilities, all that stuff still matters. So that's pretty much the team composition. You're going to want to build teams, again, that synergize well. I'm going to play with, when I get the chance to change my team, I'm going to play with the abilities that Champa and not Vados, but Champa and Beerus had, where they both can do like this can't attack thing for one turn. I need to see how that works. So, long story short, once you've built a team, this is what the mode turns into. Like I said, there's a layout bonus. You get the layout bonus depending on where you're going to be at. You get to change it right before you actually battle, right? You see your enemies, you get to change it right before you battle. Now, I've already done the battle, and I can only show you my battle, which I'm still not, I still don't know fully like what I'm looking at. I feel like I do because it's all just text from when you read the characters, just applied in a visual format, but I'm still not used to seeing it, right? But you're going to see them activate a ton of abilities right here. Just to start off, there's a speed button, speeding up. There's a bunch of abilities activating, Z abilities, everything, right? You see it all activating here. Then it looks like their mains are popping off, just a bunch of stuff. They activate everything. Still going, still going, still going. Just a bunch of buffs. Vados applied a buff, I believe, to these spaces. Yeah, you can see right here, Vados is applying a buff at the very bottom, inflicted damage to these spaces. I forgot to mention that, but when you look at Vados' unique abilities, one of them did apply a buff to these spaces for like God Key characters, I believe, or Rival Universe, I believe. So yeah, like there are different ways that's the only way that party formation will matter in that initial screen, I guess, is you do want to still make sure that you keep these abilities in mind. I kept it in mind, but I forgot to mention that earlier. So yeah, we are getting double health buffs, things like that. So these are also going to grow as my team goes on. Obviously, you can take a look at the opponent's team as well. Doesn't look like anything's popped off there. You can put it down in speed. Look at Goku picking up all those freaking strike buffs. I wonder if that shows here on the screen now. Yeah, look at the key recoveries, strike buffs, stupid. Okay, there's a lot of buffs. He's probably really good here. All right, so Shallot has the ability to transform at the beginning of the battle. And at the very bottom, you can see the wheel of action. This is where the battle's going. And this is where, he canceled buffs it. This is where I'm saying, like, you don't really do anything. But again, they did tell us that the game mode is going to be like an auto mode. You really don't do anything. So pretty much how it goes, and you'll see this in a minute when we start our next battle. The first turn's about to end here, first out of 4. And on the 4th turn, by the way, your turn, your 4th turn, you actually launch your Rising Rush if you haven't won yet. So I haven't seen that yet, obviously, but we'll see. Anyways, crap, I forgot what I was going to say. Trying to watch this. I don't know. Oh, yeah, they were saying that it was going to be an auto mode, so I'm really not surprised. But I thought there was going to be maybe a little more interaction because it just simulates the battle first. And then you just get to replay the battle to see how your team did. And then if you think that they could, you know, function better, you could obviously keep in mind that for your next time you're able to change your party around. So it's kind of wonky a little bit to me. And we're going to talk about ways I think they can improve this mode a little bit. See, there's the auto dodge there. Okay. I want to take another look at the grid here. Look at all the buffs that are applied currently. Not really a ton. None really for the enemy. Okay. And we switch to Shallot. And then there was one left. Restore health for Jiren, restore health there. A lot of health restoration going on, which is actually pretty good. Shallot seems really good in this mode, which is cool. Health restoration is very important because you don't heal that much. You're not going to get that many opportunities to heal. Okay, we won. So that's pretty much a rundown of it, right? I'm not so sure what the different battle insignias are up there next to where it says battle. Again, there are things I need to learn more about this. You do get points based on, you know, your party composition, stuff like that. So if we get out of here, there we go. We're gonna take on another battle here. That might have been an insignia for how difficult it was. Interesting. Yeah, it might have been for how difficult it was. I don't know. All right, so this is a party change space. I'm not anywhere near that right now. This is a recover space. Well, let's go ahead and you want to definitely plan out where you're going. If I was thinking ahead, I would have went to the right side, because if I didn't like my team, I would have been able to change it soon. I can't change my team currently. I can't change it until I get all the way over here, right before that row of bosses. Well, dang, man. Okay. I kind of, you know, set myself up for failure here. Well, let's go ahead and take on this God Key squad. As you see, upgrade special move is applied and health restoration are going to be in the bottom corners. I kind of don't really need to change too much of anything. I mean, I guess I'll put Bergamo here. I don't really need to change anything. Nah. Yeah, I don't really need to change anything, but I will put Bergamo there. Where's Rival Universe? There you are. And here's the battles. I was very surprised when I saw this. I thought you would at least get to see it in real time the first time. I was really surprised at this. I was like, wait, what? And then when it's done, you get the result and you get to replay it. I was genuinely surprised at that. Yay, we won. Yeah, cool. Vados and Goku took a decent amount of damage, I guess. I believe they were full HP beforehand. And then I can watch the battle by clicking play battle the same way I just showed you guys a second ago. So yeah, there's that. Pretty standard stuff. Now I'm stuck. I can't progress anymore. Why? I need TP. There's no way to restore it, which is fine. I don't mind that, because it'll keep people on a level / even playing field, assuming it stays this way. But you have to wait 5 hours. 5 hours. It's actually down to 4 hours and a half right now. 5 hours to even get a TP. Like, what's the point of that? Why 5 hours? I'm assuming it's to try to keep people on a level playing field, but maybe 3 hours? 5? Maybe 3 is fine, but 5 seems, you know, extensive. There's not even enough hours in a day to clear that completely. I mean, barely, but still. So I don't like that very much. Also, like I said, I wasn't really thrilled with not being able to see the battle in real time in the first hand. I get why, coding-wise, they'd probably wanted to sim first and then show you a replay of it, but I still would have liked to have seen it firsthand. I'm also not sure why there isn't some sort of sorting ability here to show you the characters that have specific abilities or whatever. They need to definitely categorize those abilities better, because you have to, as it currently stands, literally click through every character to see what they do, and then scrub all the way back out and go ahead and go from there, which leads me to another point. They should definitely have a little button to the side here so you can just click to the new character, next character, as opposed to doing all this, all that. Boom, you get my point. That should already be in the game. That's just a typical quality of life thing. Currently, you have to do all that extra stuff. There should be sorting options to sort by characters that have damage at the start of the turn, whatever, like things like that, right? So that's one thing I definitely want to see as well added to this game mode and just in the game in general. And that's pretty much it right now for my first impressions. I definitely will have more criticisms, but I'll have to kind of see that as we go. Overall, though, I'm just kind of I'm mildly disappointed. I kind of wanted a little more there. I wanted to maybe like have some more training ways to build or teams and stuff like that and play more. I can't really do anything. You know, the mode just, it's there, and I'm not mad that I can't really play it that much. But at least again, add like some non-TP restricted mode so I can perfect a team. You have to do this on the fly. You have to read abilities and then theory craft, and that's fine. But I'd like a way to actually be able to do it. Like I said, you can also enable auto here if you really wanted to, and it'll choose a way for you to go for some reason. You can see your log of battles and play all your battles back. I mean, there's some stuff here, but it seems really, really bare bones. But the last thing to remember is with this, it is basically like a beta for this mode. It's not... This is like their preseason, I guess. It's not the finished product. They're going to collect data and stuff like that and criticisms from this and try to improve on it. So that's kind of how I wanted to kind of leave this video off, right? So last thing is the rewards, because I know everybody's going to be looking and thinking about and talking about the rewards. There are season rewards, there's ranking rewards, and also apparently, from reading it anyway, don't quote me on this, from beating the bosses, you actually do get CC or various of the rewards as well. Again, I haven't been able to get to a boss yet, obviously, but I believe that is a thing that was listed there. They did say that they were pretty much routing over, here it is, the rewards from the Ultra Space Time Rush, because you know they took all of the CC out of that, so I'm assuming it's over here now. So that's one thing to consider too. I wonder if I can click on the boss and it'll show me anything. No, won't show me the rewards. Anyways, that's pretty much it. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit that subscribe stick for more content, and I'll definitely try to figure out more better team compositions and more info on this mode as I can go along. So I've got to read a lot of characters, see what I think could potentially work, and go from there, which I'm not thrilled about having to click individually or like all that stuff I talked about. But anyways, have an awesome day, and I'll see all of you in the next one.